Okay, what we're going to be building today is an entire meta ads campaign, literally from the ground up. I'm going to be showing you everything from how I select my offer, how I select the niche, how I build out ad creatives, videos, and photos using AI, how I set up Go High Level funnels, how I set up automations in the Go High Level system, how I make sales assets that people can use on sales calls to close more deals. We're going to be going through literally every single one of those things in the video today. Let's jump straight in. Just to start out with, this is on behalf of Nick and Jay. We're building their campaign out today. This is not my campaign. This is for them. Just to start out with, let's begin with the foundations. Always a nice, clean document. I sometimes just grab a notepad and pen, and physically write it down and go through it. That's my personal preference. Other people I know like to go over a whiteboard or just a Google Doc, something like that, right? So let's begin. What is the first thing I need to look at? First of all, niche. Okay. Now, with this one, let's keep it real simple. They are going to go after remodeling. But actually, let me make it more specific. Bathrooms. Now, the reason I've selected bathrooms and not just like straight up remodeling is because everyone and their dad is in remodeling. Whereas if you actually niche down, generally CPL and CPA is much better. So your cost per lead and your cost per acquisition is much better because it kind of speaks to the audience just a little bit more than it would do otherwise. So that's a really big point. The next point I think we should make here as well is in that niche, let's look at the ICP, right? Who are they? Well, I'll be honest with you. We need someone over 300K per year. Let's do 200K per year to start these guys out with. We don't want to turn away too many people. 200K per year revenue. With one crew plus. All right, so this is really important because if you go in and you decide, all right, we're just going to target everyone and their dog, it's not going to work. 200K is perfect. We'll put that in the ad. We'll put it in the landing page. We'll make sure people know that this is what we're looking for. If you don't have this, please just move on. Get off the page. We don't want to talk to you, that type of thing. That's very crucial. Okay, next stage, and this is just me literally doing it live in real time as we walk through. I need a good offer. I need a good way of doing it. So let's look at this for a second, right? Offer. Well, actually, let's move on to the second section of the document. We know who we're going after. We know the niche. Let's go after the offer. Get $50,000 extra bath in. Get $50,000 in extra bath remodels. Or it's free. Only pay per job. Okay. I get a lot of questions on this. Like, you're saying only pay per job. Let's get it very clear. We're paying per showed qualified appointment. The sales offer is different to the marketing offer. This is classic marketing 101. The sales offer is to grab attention. We're not lying to them. They are only paying for jobs because we're guaranteeing revenue. And the pay per showed qualified appointment is a fantastic sales method because if they ever dispute with you and say, my friend, you said pay per job, you're giving me appointments instead of jobs, you say to them, I don't think you had a trouble closing appointments. No, we don't. Great. Well, then they should convert, right? Yes. So I'm not really there actually bidding the appointments for you and I can't close them for you, but you certainly can. So we're guaranteeing showed appointments. Does that make sense? It's like you just turn it around. You make it seem obvious and a bit dumb that they're even asking. It's like, do you want a back massage too? Next bit, let's move on. So we've got the offer down to a T. Let's kind of go over the actual pricing and the way the offer works. Right, pay per estimate, just quickly. Pay per estimate, buy a batch of 15 to 45 upfront and refund $97 per one missed. Okay. That'll be like the way the actual offer is used. Pricing, very important one. And do you know what's crazy is you guys can literally just copy this. The pricing itself is really simple. We'll start with 1.5K for 15 appointments. Oh, my bad. Actually, we need to charge more. Because I'm doing this based on cold SMS. This is only meta ads. We're going to run this offer for. So 2.5K for 15 appointments, or 5K for 45 appointments. Nothing else needs to be said here. I'm actually going to highlight the screen, turn it into italic, make it very, very clear what we're selling. Great. Okay, that's done and dusted. Now, what we need to go ahead and do is find competition and then funnel hack the fuck out of them. So, I mean, I'm not going to walk you through the whole thing. I'm actually just going to fast forward so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've gone through and funnel hacked the fuck out of people. We found quite a few different options on who we want to be, I don't know, just keeping an eye on. What I did is I actually sorted the list from highest impressions to lowest impressions, meaning we go after the ads that are producing the most results or have had the highest spend, therefore the most impressions, which means that they are high performing. I'm also looking for ads that have been running longer than 2 months. Because they're the ones that are very high performers. You don't really need to do that. You can look at earlier ads as well, like within 2 weeks that are still online and running. But the longer they've been running, generally the better they've been performing for people. Therefore, we want to copy them, or we at least want to have an idea of what people are doing. So now that I have an understanding of what everyone else is doing, I'm going to use this in a chat GPT prompt a little bit down the line, not quite right now, to produce very, very good copy for the ads. Now, when it comes down to the actual ads themselves, right, I'm going to break this into a couple sections. You have the design, and let me make these a little bit smaller so we can distinguish between them. We're going to have the design. Then you're going to also have the text copy, the meta copy. Sorry, let's make that ad copy. So you have the design, the ad copy, the meta copy, and then also the funnel copy. All of this impacts the quality of the lead. All of it impacts the rate at which we convert leads. So this is very important to understand. Now, of course, we need to qualify leads. Let's talk about the advertising spend budget that we're going to allocate towards this. The ad spend is going to be around $95 per day. Ad spend. So therefore, my plan is we want kind of like medium friction. So I'm talking maybe one fine question. And I also think that potentially lead forms could be a good bet, mainly because competition is high in this niche. And we want the highest conversions initially so that we can see which creatives are performing. Then after, then switch to landing page shortly after. Once we have offer validity, we know things are working fine, then we can pump a lot of volume, increase the spend, switch to a landing page, post $100 a day. So that's the plan. In terms of the qualifying question, we're basically going to do 2 stages of disqualification, right? So let me just make this a little bit clearer that this is the section heading, and that's a section heading 2. Question 1, it'll be all but 10 less than 10K to pass through. Question 2, less than 10K extra budget question. Because we want to make sure if anyone has less than 10K a month revenue, that we're vetting them heavy. We're vetting them very, very heavy. We want to know, are they willing to invest, first of all, and do they have the cash to invest? Okay, so now that we've done the actual creatives, let's go ahead and move into the creative design. I'm going to use ChatGPT and then also something called Artlist for this. Bear with me, I've just accidentally opened up CapCut. That's my mistake. So let's open up Artlist, let's open up ChatGPT. and we're going to go ahead and begin the process of building out ad creators for these guys, which should be very, very easy. And again, I'm just going to show you what I do. Starting with a fresh ChatGPT, fresh art list as well. This is what I personally use for all of my ad creatives because look at the fucking quality. Like, just unbelievably good quality. Pretty cool stuff. ChatGPT, let's move in here. I want you to create a high-performing image ad. Wait, actually, I want you to provide prompt. Okay, so that's the prompt. This is a style of image creative that actually produces incredibly good results. I've already used this. I already know that it works. Therefore, I'm using it for these guys. That's just, again, industry experience as well. If you didn't have the industry experience, you literally could just go ahead and funnel hack people and figure this out for yourself. But again, I already run ads in this niche, so I already know. Let's go to image. We want to use... There's so many choices. It's actually unbelievable. To be fair, the Nana Banana is just fine. You don't need anything more than that. One image. We want 1 by 1. And then let's just get that cooking right now. On top of that as well, first of all, let's let it cook. Let's see what it makes. See if it's any good before we iterate on the design just a little bit more. So let's wait for that. Oh, here we go. That was actually way quicker than I expected. I don't like it, so let's switch to Nana Banana Pro. Let it cook some more because I just think that image looks fucking shit. See what it can do here. Sometimes you have to give the prompt multiple times to actually let it finish making a good style creative. All right, so it has finished producing this. I like it. I'm going to download it. On top of that as well, I just told it to make it seem like it's a cardboard. I know it's weirdly specific, but you'll see why in a minute. It looks more real. It captures more attention. It looks more authentic, as you can see. So let's let it cook up that one and see what it brings us. All right, so I've generated a couple more since we last spoke. One with female, one with male, and then also I'm producing one right now, which I'm going to show you shortly. This one is a different style creative. Again, with Andromeda, what you need to do is test multiple angles of creatives, not small changes. So, for example, I'm going to use the woman, the man, and then I'm also going to do a totally different style creative for the next one, a totally different style for the next one after that, and all of them are going to be wildly different, mainly because if the visuals are totally different, Meta's Andromeda is more able to produce better quality audience pockets that you need to be in. Let's wait for this next image to be done, and then, we'll go from there. Okay, we finished the ad creatives fully now. We have many, many, many variations, which I'm going to add into the master plan as a Google Drive link. So that is done and dusted. Next up is going to be the actual ad copy and then the funnel build out. All right, here we have come up with the, let me adjust my angle there. We've come up with the actual ad copy itself, the primary text, the headline, then the description for underneath the headline too. And that's it. Like, that's a really good piece of copy, I think. Like, I really, really like it. I think we just got to maybe tidy it up a tiny little bit. I just kind of arrange it the way I want. You can always tell when someone's used ChatGPT by the way it's formatted. I don't really like it. So let's change it up. Not tire kickers, actual book jobs, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm liking this now. Yeah, look at that. It's a good piece of copy. Very, very good piece of copy. And on top of that, headline, solid. Little emoji in there too. And then the description for under it as well. Cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set up some automations as we go. We're going to be doing lead forms, and then Zapier is going to send them into the Go High level. So opportunity created, we send an internal notification, and then we start sending out some kind of like casual messages to people. We're building out the full automation so that I know it looks disgusting and very, very confusing, but it makes sense to me, and this whole thing's very, very clever. Basically, let me explain this. This is to engage the lead, get a conversation started. Then after that, if they don't respond, we send them into the timeout sequence here, which uses multiple different style follow-up messages in a split, meaning every single time we resend a message to follow up, it's going to keep sending a different style message. So it doesn't just go, hey, did you see my message? Hey, did you see my message? Hey, did you see your message? You don't, because that looks botty. Then if any of them do reply, they go to the conversion AI, where it basically converts them into an appointment book. And then obviously they go into the sequences. Where like we can also follow up with them if they stop responding to the AI bot and it keeps putting round and round in that circle. So now that we have the new lead automations built out, we also want to be setting up the booking for the calendar. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, here we go. Basically the same thing, except kind of cleaner. Basically, when they book an appointment, we remove them from all other workflows, send an internal notification, trust email, and then all of the reminders. We get them to reply yes to a message. Let me just bait it like that. And then if they don't reply, we put them in a different workflow where we're like, bro, you need to reply, otherwise we're going to cancel the call. And then this one, if they do reply, we're like, awesome, thanks, see you in 5. And then we jump on the call with them. That's basically the summary of that. Now, let me just build out the full funnel for them as well. I'm not going to leak how I do this because it is so incredibly valuable. But let me build out the actual, well, the booking page, not the landing page, but the booking page. Okay, do you know what? I changed my mind. Maybe I'm going to kind of leak a little bit of it here. So let's go ahead and start making this. We're going to name this booking. Create the funnel page. Now, we are going to use a light background page, mainly because I've tested it. It does generally load a lot faster when we use a white background. Let me start out with, first of all, adding in this section here, which is basically going to be the header, the first column. And this is where we put in like a logo. So this is going to be logo. And I'm going to make it a bit smaller, obviously, because otherwise the guys will be like, what the fuck is this meant to be? So that's the logo there. You just put it at the top. We also want to tighten up this section because otherwise it looks a bit fucking weird. Actually, no. Do you know what? We're going to add stuff into this section. Let's first of all start with the title, the headline. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. You got the logo and the clear headline and the risk reversal. 50,000 in. Let me change this a little bit actually because I don't really like it. Let's go back in here. 50,000 in bathroom jobs. Oh, it's free. $50,000 in. Or it's free. Yeah. That's much nicer. That's much nicer. Let's take a look at this. Because we've got to understand this is going to be laid out on mobile. So I use my phone as we go through to kind of check it. Bathroom jobs, so it's free. All right, so this is where we're at now. Headline, subheadline, urgency, booking page or the calendar, and then some testimonials down there as well. And I'll be honest, that's all they need. That'll be fast loading. That's also high quality. It shows like their ability through the quality that they've already shown in that landing page. I'm just going to go ahead and open it up on my phone, show you guys what it looks like there, because that's, of course, very important. I don't really know what the domain is. Oh, this is fire. Look at that. Looks great. Very high quality, very, very sleek, very professional. That would convert a lot of people. So, boom, done. Booking page is done. Now let's do the thank you page. Get that done and dusted. All right, and this is what we built for the thank you page. Let me walk you through this now. Obviously, very, very clean. You're all set. Then it's straight into credibility. Reviews. We might stick some testimonials in there. A shitload of good stuff. It kind of we also made a pre-handle section. Fuck, my bad. Where we kind of pre-handle some most common objections. And that's it. That is literally it in terms of the actual funnel. So let me go ahead and get that completed. So right now I'm making the sales assets for the campaign. This is kind of just opening with pain. So in the pitch, we open up the pain. We show them the solution. We show them, we open up the pain. We show them even more of the problem than they realized they even had. And then on top of that, we go straight into the pitch and show them how we can solve it. So I'm literally building out the sales assets right now. We don't do PowerPoints. We simply do live demos like this. Okay, so I have nearly finished it. I just want to make the element a little bit wider so that it doesn't squeeze it all in. But it's like a live demo of everything. The nice thing about this is you can just put autoplay. And then it's going to walk you through it. As you're pitching, you're kind of explaining, okay, they go to the landing page. After they go to the pre-qualifying form, then we put them through to the booking page. And then from that point onwards, we've already vetted them. They're already highly qualified. All you need to do is just basically show up to the appointment. look at this, kind of going through like step by step. High converting landing page, smart pre-qualification, seamless appointment booking, qualified appointments are ready, just like that. So it's kind of like walked you through the full fucking page. I'm not even sure if I kind of want to give this away. Oh, I know. I'm not even sure if I want to give this away. It's that good. Like, I mean, look at this. This is a live demonstration of the client app. They can literally see what it's going to look like. This is the level of detail that we put into the sales assets. Yes, it takes time, but it's really worth it because then we can literally show them on the screen. This is what you're going to have. So it's literally within grasp. Whereas if you just tell them what they're going to get, they don't want it. My bad, my microphone was not hooked up. I mean, this is insane. Like, the intent tester, and then obviously the pricing. I don't even want to show the rest. Like, this is insane sauce, boys. All right, quick update on the progress here. Just to show you this, the form itself, we're setting up the disqualify section. We've decided to take things away from using lead forms for this specific campaign, mainly because I think we're actually going to have a more balanced cost per quality lead by using landing page. These guys are also happy with spending a little bit of extra budget, so it's not really like we're restricted with budget. So in that case, I do believe landing page is going to be a lot better. Let me just walk you through the actual sequence, right? So if we do need to disqualify a lead, we're doing it if they're below $10,000 a month. And my disqualify message is, thanks, we'll be in contact soon. Basically, I'm not telling them they're being disqualified because I don't really want them to know. Because here's the thing, if you tell a lead, hey, you're disqualified, what would they do? What do you think you would do? Would you really fill out the form and give a different answer? Like, of course you would. We don't want that to happen. Otherwise, we end up with people just like filling out forms for fun, even when they have no ability to actually pay us. So I'm just going to finish up this form. We've got a real cool form. Let me just show you real quick, actually. It's looking nice. Real nice looking form here. Just very basic, real simple qualification questions. I am going to have to edit this particular one a little bit more because this was used for my detailing. Oh, here we go. High quality jobs. I don't want to like the words leads, jobs. Book your free strategy. So basically when they hit submit, instantly they're going to be taken to the booking page, which is what we want. I don't think we can change much else, can we? Because I want to change where it says about detailing, because this is from one of the detailing campaigns, but whatever. Growth plan for your shop. Surely it'll be in there. Anyway, I'm going to hunt through this. We're going to finish off the rest of the funnel, and then it's basically ready to go. Yeah, there you go. For your business. I think that's it, isn't it? It was just that. Yeah, there you go. Done. Boom. All right, cool. So that's sorted. I'm just going to double check a few other things in the form, make sure that it is set up correctly, and then we're going to start integrating and setting up the actual meta ads. Basically, I've ran ads through bathrooms and kitchens before. Bathrooms by far performs the best because kitchens is like, it's slower to close. There's less of them. The cost of acquisition is pretty fucking high. Bathrooms is just easier, right?
Yeah.
So
and for
what I've done with all of this, the creatives, the copy, the funnel, the automations, is like giving you a foundation, a framework. Like you guys can either just use it as is, or you can make your small changes. Whatever feels best to use is what I'm going to say. So the ICP, that's quite important, right? We're aiming for guys that are kind of over the 200K a year mark with at least a crew. Now, what I've done in the funnel, let me pull up the funnel actually and show you this, is we have two different ways of qualifying through ads. You have soft qualifiers, and then you have what we call hard qualifiers. So with the soft qualifiers, it's really, really simple. Remodelers above 200K a year. Then the people who aren't above 200K a year just get off the site usually. The hard qualifiers, I don't want to put that lead in there because this is an actual lead. Anyway, on the next page, it asks about like their revenue, monthly revenue. We will get rid of people below 10K a month because you can't do shit with them. Gets rid of them.
Yeah.
The rest, anything above that, are generally qualified enough. We put like a little bit of basic testimonials on there. If you want to put in photo testimonials of some of the clients or fake ones, go for it. Don't put in videos on the landing page. What I will say, it gets people distracted. The load time's slower and they don't convert as quick. This style of landing page, almost exactly, is what I've used in a shitload of niches, and it performs great. As long as you keep the framework of this, it will work. But you can obviously move it around a little bit. Booking page, really simple. Not too much going on because we want a fast load time. And it'll obviously have your guys' calendar in there. The white background always has like a higher load time. Same with like the thank you page, white background. Very, very simple. You can adapt this obviously to add in a shitload of testimonials or whatever you feel is necessary. Pick and choose like which one you want. These are all great ones. I've used them before in the pitch. Like kind of separate out the pitch a little bit. I mean, there's a stupid amount. I just threw them all in here. This is going to be great. The live app demo. You can just show them everything in the fucking app. And then this is what I personally use. I'll say to them, are we at 0? This is shit. Or at 10, let me get my wallet. Like, where are we at? And it's engaging. It's fun. They're like a child. Keep them engaged. And when people are engaged, they're, I guess their brain is in a different state. They're not going to give you some bullshit answer. They'll give you a more truthful answer. When it comes to the price pitch, I'm going to recommend you guys pitch anywhere between 2,500 and 5K. And then if you want to split the payments, you definitely can. Depends on their financial situation. Obviously, we're looking at 25 appointments for the 2,500 or 60 for the 5K. And then towards the end, I say to them, okay, this is what's going to happen. And I walk them through the smart path. But in reality, they start reading the silly path to let me think about it. So I don't even let them give an objection. I already make it look stupid. And that's what I've always done on ads. Because with ads, I want to avoid objections because I don't really want them. So I'm kind of, again, pre-handling them even at the end of the call. So I just threw them all in there. Whichever you feel is going to work best for your style of pitching, pick and choose. I've separated them, each of the HTMLs out. So let me pull open these. You'll see the same style, but just in loads of different ways. This one for me prints, this one right here, but just a different way. We have obviously different colors, a little bit of a different background. That one's also quite good at the minute. Basically anything that I know already works to some degree is what we've used. And they're all slightly different. We're going to test pretty much every single one of these with a $100 a day budget because you definitely can. And Andromeda needs way more angles than usual.
All these at once?
Say again,
like all these at once, like throw them in like a CBO, $100 a day and test them all at once, or like space them out and iterate over time?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to test around about 8. Okay, so that's that in terms of the actual campaign, like the build out, the structure. Just to make it really, really clear for those of you that want to know what we do in Meta. Meta, it's really simple. One campaign, one ad set, advantage budget optimization, ABO. Ad set budget optimization, ABO. And we do open targeting. We use Advantage Plus. We just let it rip. And we put 6 to 8 creatives, still image, in one ad set with all the budget. And we see what happens. Then after that, we have a different way of setting up the campaign structure where we have one winner ad set, one tester ad set. Most of the budget, of course, goes through the winners from that point onwards. And that's it. That's how easy it is to set up a full campaign.